Hi, everybody. We're live. How are you?
Hello, hi, hello, hi. Okay,
How are you guys?
so somehow we decided that I would play this game called Slay the Spire, which is kind of an RPG, like, card game thingy. Well, you guys tell all your stories and stuff in that. After.
Yeah, we're gonna tell our stories and shit. It'll be so good. You guys are gonna fucking love it.
All right. I want to get something out of the way. I don't really have any like great story of what happened to me. I was just going to talk very generally about what happened because there was no like drama or anything. Unlike, say, Emery's story, which actually
dude, Adam, you sold me on your story. I can't
wait.
No.
I just told you a minute ago, which you probably don't remember because you're drunk, that there wasn't really much of a story to this. I just went weird places.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be so good.
Well,
Drank out of coconuts and like fucked buttholes or whatever. That's awesome.
No.
Let's hear it. What?
No. So, all right. Here's what happened with me. Yeah, my video is frozen, by the way. I think Emery's is too. Only Aaron is moving.
What?
Yeah, we're both still frames. I was wondering why I looked like I was.
But you're moving.
Weird.
Not in the
my
actual
screen.
stream.
You're moving.
Not on the actual stream.
The fuck?
The shot count tonight, Grace, is really high. I don't know what it is. Actually, it's not so much that it was a big numbers thing. It was just that, a lot of it was Putchin.
There was a lot of punching to be had, and a lot of moonshine, which is 50% alcohol as well. So,
Mobster, I have flown through Phoenix. I was in Phoenix early last year, or late last year. I had to change planes there, yeah. And then I ended up getting stuck there for the night. And so I just got like a cheap motel and then went out the next day. I forget what my flight routine was. I think it was something weird where I had to come back from PAX or something like that. Anyway, so are we going to wait for this to be fixed or do we just talk?
I can't believe that's happening. Is that happening for anyone else or is that an Adam computer thing?
No. Everyone is talking about it.
I believe it.
You're moving. I can see you moving.
Not on YouTube.
There's no dropped frames. What the fuck?
Whoa. So many technical problems. Obviously, we just need to each spend like $3,000 on brand new computers.
Oh, Emery started moving again.
I fixed it, I guess.
I'm moving too. Okay.
The fuck? Fucking, I'm not going to go off on technology because I would do that for years and years until I'm dead. Okay, all kinds of funny stories. Yay! Happy holidays.
So I was just going to talk about what I did. So
no.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I wanted to get something very nice for my mother, as every one of you should. For your own mothers, you should get them something nice.
Yeah, get them.
My mother is definitely at an age where the cold pisses her off more than it ever used to. And so she was just like, I don't want to be in Chicago in January. I can't stand it. So I was like, all right, I got all these miles. I'm gonna bring you. We're gonna go somewhere crazy because my mom loves to travel. She's been to a ton of different places, but I was like, I'm gonna bring her somewhere she's never been. And she picked Yap, which is a state in the Federated States of Micronesia, which is a country that the United States has a compact of free association with, which the best way to compare that is like saying it's like the EU where Germans can live in Poland and Polish people can live in France and that kind of thing. There's actually 3 countries that we have the same type of deal with. And they're all right there. Palau, Federated States of Micronesia, and the Marshall Islands. And we have that because they used to be U.S. territories. Anyway, so she decided that's where she wanted to go. I was like, all right, no problem. Spend a bunch of miles, whatever, we go. We were supposed to go through Hawaii. We ended up getting rerouted through Japan, which was actually kind of cool because I love going to Japan. So I spent a night there. Introduced her to like all this weird shit that I always get when I'm there. I'm like, hey, check out this weird food, and you know, she was all into that. We go down to Guam, which is actually where we spent New Year's. Guam, Aaron persistently believes, is another country. It's not. It's a U.S. territory. Its official slogan is "It's where America's day begins." If you ever get the chance to go to Guam, fucking do it. It's described as poor man's Hawaii, but I think it's infinitely better. It's it's like America if the Japanese won World War II, because it's like it's still the U.S., but it's got all this like very Asian themed stuff. So all the comfort food is Korean and Chinese and Japanese and Filipino, etc.
I think we need to build an underwater wall made out of reef to protect us from Guam.
Okay. Anyway, so we spent New Year's there, and then the next day we went down to Yap. And Yap was cool. I mean, it's like, you know, a hot island. There's not really much going on there. Funny enough, I got really bored one day, and I walked all around this area that we were in, and I took photos of all the local things, and I posted them on Google Maps because Google didn't have enough information about this place. So if you go to the island of Yap and you look around Colonia, which is what they call a city when really it's not, and you look for like the gas station or the coffee shop or any stuff, the photos up there are actually ones taken by me. And we hung out there. That's where I kept, you know, every day in Emery's honor, I would order a coconut and just drink straight out of that. It was fucking cool.
Nasty.
Yeah, it was great. I posted photos of it on my Instagram, all that kind of stuff. I accidentally met the president, or I think they call him the president, technically, of Yap. This is such a small location that one day we were just walking into the lobby of the hotel, and the guy who runs the hotel was just talking to this other dude, and then he looks over at us, and he's just like, "I want to introduce you. This is," I think he said governor, technically, like, you know, maybe in the way the British use that term. Whatever. He was the governor of the country, and I was like, he's just sitting there chilling out on the couch, and it's like, oh, that makes sense because the quote unquote equivalency of the White House is just down the street. I mean, I walked past it and took multiple photos of it, so it's just kind of funny. There he was, and yeah, so we just hung out there for a little bit, and then after we took our flight back to Guam, spent a couple more days there, just enjoying the beach because the beaches there are awesome as hell. Then flew back to Japan. And this is the only time it ever got kind of weird, is that we got into the United Club Lounge because I have enough status that I can bring myself in plus a plus one who's with me. And we're in there, and I get like a call from like the speaker system, and I was like surprised by that. And they're like, yeah, so your original route is really like weird. You're supposed to go from Guam to Tokyo, Tokyo to Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C. to Chicago. But we have a direct to Chicago, and we were like, we know it was booked. And they were like, well, if you want, we'll just put you on that because the other flight is more full, and we can upgrade you to first class. And I was like, first class from Tokyo to Chicago doesn't cost us anything, and we get in way earlier. Sounds like a deal. So we did that, and that was pretty much it. My trip was pretty fucking smooth. And the only part of it that was kind of funny is I'm sitting there getting these messages from Emery about how his trip is like collapsing and failing, and I'm like, really? I'm sitting on a beach. Suck it, Emery. But yeah, that was pretty much mine.
Yeah.
Emery's like he was like your hype guy for that story. It was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Came in late, but he was good when he came in.
Yeah, I appreciated that. Thank you.
I had like the opposite experience with my trip. It's pretty great. So my trip was, we were going to go visit my grandparents in Phoenix, Arizona. We live in a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. That drive, by the way, if you look up on Google Maps, it'll tell you that it takes 26 hours to drive from Aurora, Illinois to Phoenix, Arizona. In reality, that is definitely not the case because you're going to stop many times. So it's going to take way more than 26 hours. And we found that out firsthand. We were driving in a car. We had 5 full-grown adults, one of them being me. So I kind of count like 1.5 full-grown adults. But we had 5 full-grown adults driving in a Toyota Camry, which is a sedan. We drove.
Sedan.
Yeah, it's not a tiny sedan, you know. It's not like one of those mini sedans, but it's a 4-door sedan. So, anyways, it was me and my 2 brothers and my mom and her boyfriend. We left in the middle of the night. It was about 11 p.m. that we left, and we kind of drove, and it was going pretty well. You know, we kind of like cycled between drivers. It seemed like each person was comfortable with about driving for about 3 hours. And then we would stop, you know, take a bathroom break, get some food, whatever. And that was going really, really, really well until we got to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Any of you been to Albuquerque, New Mexico? It's a wonderful, wonderful place.
Not in a long time.
But you have been there. Were you?
I was like 9 years old.
No, you were born in Las Vegas or something, right?
I was born in Reno, but that has nothing to do with me going to Albuquerque when I was 9.
Okay, well, you went to Albuquerque when you were 9. Fantastic, wonderful. Anyways, so we were coming up on Albuquerque. We had been driving at that point for, I feel like, something like 15 hours, some shit like that. Left at 11 p.m. and it was getting sunset on the following day. So we've been driving for a while. But anyways, it started to snow. And like, fucking snow in New Mexico? Like, what? I don't know. That just seems.
Well, hold on a second. You're kind of breaking up. So like, you're saying it started to snow. Like, where were you when it started to snow?
We're just outside of Albuquerque.
Just outside of Albuquerque?
It will not allow him to say Albuquerque. It just drops every time.
It really won't. It keeps dropping out every time you try to say the word Albuquerque.
Every time I say Albuquerque?
Yeah.
We don't say that word. We'll say it for you.
Like, Adam is not breaking up, but every time you say Albuquerque, it breaks up. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. It's like Skype doesn't allow that word.
Weird. Well, you know what I'm trying to say.
Call it Alps.
Wait, is Emery gone?
I think Emery just died, everybody.
Okay, all right. So, anyways, it started to snow. Into a fucking blizzard. There was a blizzard outside of Albuquerque, and if you want, you can look it up. I'm not fucking lying. There was a blizzard outside of Albuquerque, and so we were like, well, shit, what do we do? And we were biting ourselves because we were like, dude, we had considered going kind of south when we were a lot closer to Illinois. And going kind of through like some of the bigger parts of Texas, but we ended up, you know, going the fastest route, or so we thought. Anyways, so we were like, well, fuck, let's stop at this rest stop and kind of ask what they would recommend that we do, you know. And so we stopped there, and the lady was like, oh dears, no, 40's closed. Like 40 is closed past Albuquerque, honey. You cannot go through 40. It's just not. Like, okay, well, what should we do?
You gotta stop, man.
Wait, hold on.
So bad, no one can hear you.
Okay, hold on. Emery, go to Discord. I'm just gonna patch you in via Discord because Skype is blatantly failing you right now.
Okay.
While he does that, one little amendment to my story. If you guys want to check it out on my Instagram, one of the coolest things about Yap is they had a bunch of Japanese and American World War II plane crashes. Plus this like big Continental aircraft that crashed in 1980, and it's all just sitting there right by the airport. So it's all like being overtaken by the jungle and shit. I posted a bunch of really cool photos. I think you guys would like that.
Okay. All right, I hear Emery. Hold on, let me mute you in Skype. Or no, did you mute yourself in Skype?
I muted myself in Skype, yeah.
Weird,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound like you're coming through a different audio source, but
I might be.
I can hear you at least, so that's nice. Thanks,
right.
Skype.
Let me double check that I have the right audio source in Discord.
Yeah, why don't you choose your microphone instead of whatever the fuck you're coming through?
Okay. Discord settings.
This is interesting. People are observing that the Emery and I freeze when you play the game, and when you go out of the game to do something, then we work.
Are you frozen right now?
Yes.
Okay, how do I sound?
What the fuck? You sound great. Amazing.
Okay, great.
Hold on, I gotta fucking go do something in XSplit to unfreeze you guys.
I also can't hear Emery, so I guess I better pop into Discord.
Yes, you have to hear Emery go into Discord.
On my way.
Okay, are you guys unfrozen now?
You guys recognize we're living in the Magic Factory, right? Like this is
Hell
always.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It sounds so good.
Wait, why are you echoing? Oh, I know.
Mute yourself in Skype, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta mute yourself in Skype, brother. Oh my god, I just came out. Now I probably have to do you guys in Skype again. Okay.
Blurp.
I'm gonna unfreeze you.
should I continue with my story? Is that the point we're at?
Yeah, tell story.
Give us a quick summation of what you said so far, because it was very stupid.
Okay, I was on a very long trip, driving for many hours in a tiny little Camry with 5 adults. We got to Albuquerque, but it was blizzarding. Well, we weren't even there yet. We were close to Albuquerque. It was blizzarding, so we decided to stop somewhere. They have 34 hotels in this town of Tucumcari, which is where we were at. 34 hotels in this town with only 5,000 people in it. All right, this is how bad this area is. Always gets fucked over by the snow. So anyways, but they were all full. All the hotels were full. Every one of them. So we were like, what are we going to do? And turns out there was a church that was accepting people to come in and like sleep on the ground. And, you know, they had like fucking soup and shit for them. So we're like, I guess we're going to go to that church. And we're going to spend the night. So we went there and they had no more cots left. So we were like, well, what are we going to do? And they're like, you have some soup or whatever. And we're like, oh my God. This is insane. We're gonna have to almost gonna freeze to death tonight, you know? And
I just again juxtapose this with me being on a beach. I just want that out there.
So we're like, okay, there's no hotels. The fucking church that's supposed to like help us has no more cots. And you know, we can't stay up all night because that's insane. Like, you know, we don't want to die in a fucking car accident. So my mom decides that she wanted to ask some people from her church if they happened to know anyone that lived in the area. And of course, me and my brothers, we were, I would think, justifiably pretty skeptical about this plan. But we're like, okay, Mom, you go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we found out that there was a place called the Knights of Columbus Hall that was nearby, and they were offering places for people to spend the night. So we went by there and we found out that, yeah, they did have some stuff. And it was basically just these sleeping bags. And then you can sleep on the floor in their building. So, I mean, it was a warm building to sleep in with some sleeping bags. So, you know, nothing to really complain about. And they had water bottles. But at the same time, it was like really, really fucking uncomfortable, you know? And we're like, well, I guess this is what we're going to have to do. It got to the point where we all had our sleeping bags and we were lying on the fucking ground, taking our shoes off, getting ready to fucking sleep on the ground in sleeping bags. When all of a sudden my mom was like, hey, I found a place. And we're like, what? She's like, yeah, I found somebody who can take us in. And we're like, you found somebody who had room for 5 full-grown adults to sleep in this tiny little town of 5,000 people? Like a moment's notice? And she's like, yeah. And we're like, all right, fuck it. And we went there. And she was totally fucking right. She had found somebody who lived in this tiny little fucking town. It was a friend of a friend of a friend of hers from church. And as we were leaving this Knights of Columbus place, like we turned in our fucking sleeping bags. And we told them where we were going. And this dude was like, oh, what's the name of the person? I might know them. And we're like, we told him the name. And he's like, oh, yeah, I know her. She's got like this little house. She's this artist. She's got this little tiny house. You guys are going to have a whole house to yourselves. And we're like, what? What are you talking about? So we get there. And sure enough, this woman in the middle of this tiny little town in New Mexico has her own house. And then a small house next to it. Adjacent little tiny house. And so we meet up with her, and she's like, oh, hey. And she, like, shows us the house, and it's got all these futons and beds and pillows and blankets and, like, all this shit. And she's like, yeah, you guys can all sleep in here. All 5 of you. And we're like, you were the most amazing person ever. And we slept in there all night.
She was like a fucking, like, you know, magic wizard. Magic good fairy who appeared out of nowhere to...
Yeah. What are the fucking odds of that, dude? It's insanity.
Congratulations on not dying, dude.
Yeah, no.
You almost died in Texas.
Actually,
your birthplace.
I almost died because I ate some catfish at a truck stop, and it was the fucking worst food I've ever had.
What bore you almost took you.
They had an all-you-can-eat catfish special at this truck stop that we stopped at, and it was
There's your mistake right there, dude. That's your mistake right there. Yeah. All-you-can-eat buffet at a truck stop.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, luckily, after I had like part of one of the catfish things, I called the dude over and I was like, "Dude, I cannot eat this. This is just awful." And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What can I get for you?" And I was like, "Dude, do you have any recommendations? Because honestly, I don't know what to do with my life at this moment." And he's like, "Well, I recommend you get the green chili chicken." And I got it, and it was actually really fucking good. And it wasn't until later that I found out that green chili is like a New Mexican like staple. Apparently green chili blank and like green chili sauce is like New Mexican. It's like the equivalent of deep dish pizza for Chicago. You know what I mean? Like that's their thing. And so yeah, it was really good actually. But yeah, the lady who I stayed with, she had ducks and she had chickens, and she fed us in the following morning. She fed us with eggs that were, eggs that her chickens laid. And she made us, of course, green chili sauce. It was pretty amazing.
Sounds like you went from being in hell to being in kind of like a small paradise of some sort.
That's really what it was. Yeah,
it's like
we really.
You entered some like sort of an apocalypse situation where you were just like, oh my god, there's nowhere to go, and everyone's trying to scramble for like a place to stay. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. We're all gonna like sleep outside in a car in the middle of winter. And then, just luckily a kind person came to your rescue and fucking took you to their like wonderful empty house with all kinds of beds and food.
Yeah. Yeah, it was incredible. It was like a zombie movie, and then but we found, the group of survivors that had been surviving for a long time.
Or it's like you found that dude's house in a Hobbit, in the Hobbit, like that guy that's like a wolf or whatever, and like knows all the animals, and like you found his house and like stayed there. I forgot what his name is.
Radagast?
No, the guy was before Radagast. The bear dude. He was a bear.
Oh, Tom Bombadil.
No,
right? I didn't read the fucking
movie.
book.
Did you not see the Hobbit movie?
The movie? Oh, dude, I saw the Hobbit movie like once.
Yeah, but you should know. Okay, 16 plus 18. That's not gonna work. I'm fucked.
The entire audience seems to say that avoiding the all-you-can-eat fish buffet at a gas station in the desert seems to be one of those basic rules of life that doesn't require being told.
Yeah, no, in retrospect, it was a poor idea, but honestly, nothing on the menu looked good.
Oh my god, I almost could have won. I almost could. Wait. This card will kill him. Holy shit.
Is there more to this?
Is there more to the story? Well, I mean, that specific part of the story, not really. We made it safely to Phoenix, and I visited my grandparents, and I learned some cool stuff about them and whatnot. They're 100 years old, by the way. Fucking grandma and grandpa are turning 100 years old in 2019. So it's kind of insane. My grandma has a lot of issues. She has Alzheimer's. She doesn't remember anybody or anything. She doesn't talk. She started clapping when my brothers played some music. And so she started clapping when one of the songs was done. Everybody was fucking surprised by that. But yeah.
Oh, music is the one thing that like will penetrate even to the most lost, mindless brain. Like music goes so deep that you can always get to people with that.
Didn't you see Coco?
So it would seem.
Didn't you see Coco? That's like the whole basis of that movie.
I did not see Coco.
I didn't see Coco. What the fuck are you talking about?
Aaron, you got to understand that when you don't get a reference, that doesn't mean the rest of the world doesn't.
I'm sorry, what is Coco? Is it a Disney movie that you masturbate to?
Coco won Best Animated Film last year, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, great. So it's a Disney movie.
It is a Disney Pixar film, yes.
I knew it.
Apparently not, because you didn't know what it was. It was a straight-up question.
Hey, dude, your fetishes are your own business. I don't want to
How's
hear
it
about
a fetish?
Okay.
All right, let the audience decide. Is watching Coco a fetish? Is knowing what that movie is a fetish?
You seem very upset about it, so it must be. It has to be.
I'm more just offended by your ignorance. That's all.
All right. Okay. All right. You say so, bro.
I do, bro.
I'm gonna kill this dude. Yeah, I did it. I killed him. I increased my hit points. Oh my god, I have so many cards left I can play. This is great. Emery, what was the deal though? Like, so on the way back, why was it like a 45-hour trip or whatever the fuck?
Oh, right. That was a good question. So we decided, because we had found out that there was going to be some inclement weather on the way back, much like the inclement weather that we had on the way there. And so we were like, we got to do better. You know, we can't just fucking run into a goddamn blizzard and have the highway that we're traveling on, you know, shut down. So we're like, we have to be a little smarter. So we started going, we started avoiding Albuquerque, which meant going a little bit further south than was probably necessary. So we were like going to go through El Paso, Texas and things like that. And so that in and of itself, that adjustment that we made right at the beginning of the trip added another 2 hours onto the travel. But we were like, that's probably going to be good because it's going to ultimately end up saving us time. Anyways, part way through the trip, when we had passed El Paso, I was like, you know what? I'm going to look at the weather forecast just to see if there's anything fucky, you know, happening. And I was looking ahead on our schedule on our trip, and I noticed that we were scheduled to go through Dallas Wednesday morning. And according to the weather forecast, there was going to be a fucking rainstorm in Dallas on Wednesday, right when we were expected to go through there. And so I was like, guys, we got to do something about this rainstorm. I personally don't want to drive through rainstorm. Do any of you? And then, of course, they were like, no. And so I was like, well, let me do some calculations. And I calculated that if we went through Amarillo, Texas, which was to the north, we would be able to avoid the rainstorm in Dallas. And so I guess long story short, there was a huge blizzard in Albuquerque that happened on the way back, as well as one that happened on the way there. There was a rainstorm in Dallas that caused a bunch of sleet and stuff to occur. And we ended up threading the needle and kind of going southern, like south of Albuquerque, so we avoided that storm. And then we went north of Dallas, so we avoided that storm. But unfortunately, the whole trip ended up taking about 30, I think it was like 36 hours of driving. But we didn't drive over a single fucking patch of snow. We didn't have any rain the whole time. And that was worth it.
So
and I drove 15 of those hours, by the way. 15 of that 36 on the way home was me driving.
So the $1 million question the audience has, most specifically Mobster, is: are you familiar with aircraft?
Am I familiar with aircraft? Right, because we could have flown. That would have been nice, right?
That's essentially the question. Yes.
Yeah. It's something to think about.
Yeah. Because, you know, like, we live in a weird age where you can fly directly from Chicago to Phoenix. It's crazy. You can be there in like 3 hours.
It was the worst time of year to buy airfare. Like, it was the worst time of year. That's so goddamn expensive to buy fucking flights around Christmas and New Year's, dude. And we kind of only came to the conclusion that we wanted to do this trip, like, unfortunately, a month or so in advance.
A month is a lot of time for airfare.
Fuck you, dude. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If you're trying to say that you can buy fucking plane tickets around Christmas.
All right.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
To be fair, I don't know how many people you would have had to pay for. I don't.
Fucking 5 people! Listen to the goddamn story!
I was mostly hearing a lot of technical problems at the beginning with those kind of details.
Oh, you just buy a plane ticket fucking a month before Christmas, no problem.
Just you could have done that, Emery, and everybody else could have driven. I mean, what's the problem here?
Straight Telfa's comment, Game Society antagonized pimps, is very appropriate. Incidentally, to further that fire, they all agree that watching Coco is a fetish. So there you go.
There you go. I knew it. I'm glad that has been determined.
Grace also takes my side, says airfare is a lot more affordable a month or more in advance.
Okay, both of you,
like
fucking Grace and Adam.
Mobster also says fly through Mesa, not Phoenix.
I swear to God, both of you guys try and look up fucking airfare a month before Christmas and tell me that that's affordable. Please, just do it.
We're just having fun with you, man.
It has.
I mean, on a normal month, yeah, a month in advance is plenty of time. Fucking talking about Christmas and New Year's, it's not the same. Believe me, I looked because I did not want to drive. I really didn't.
I do believe you. Anyway, so we have Aaron's story to look forward to on his time off.
Oh God, I can't wait, man! What a crazy time I'm about to have. It's gonna be great.
Woo!
I gotta admit, Aaron's definitely entitled to this.
Dude, I was thinking about it, and I was just like, oh, I probably went on vacation pretty recently, right? And then I thought about it, and I asked Courtney, and she was like, no, you haven't gone on vacation since, like, what did she say? She was like, you went to Scotland, and then you went to see, like, your parents at a cabin, like, 5 years ago. And she was like, that was the last time that you've gone away on vacation. And I was like, what? Are you sure? She was like, yep. Because she has a really fucking good memory, like photographic memory, and she doesn't drink or anything, and she's like,
she doesn't
helps
drink
me live and stuff like that. And
yeah, she is definitely Aaron's life coach. Like
oh yeah,
like it's basically like one step short of just having a leash and a squeegee. Just to, don't do that.
Yeah, it's very helpful when you're me. And like I was just like, what the fuck? How did that happen? And so I was just like, Jesus, okay, good. I'm glad I'm doing this. I don't know what happened, guys, but I'm finally doing it, so that's good. It's just like you get in a mindset, you get in like a mode where you're just like churning out content every week, and it just keeps happening and it keeps happening, and then you never remember like that at some point you should take a break. So I get a week.
Nice.
It's gonna be nice. I'm really gonna have fun. I'm gonna play a lot of fun board games. We're gonna play Mario Kart mostly, I think. I'm bringing up my actual Nintendo 64 because, so Adam, I went on the Wii U, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you were there, you and we downloaded Mario Kart 64 onto my Wii U. Do you remember that?
That is correct. Yeah.
I opened up the Wii U and I looked at the downloaded games. Legend of Zelda was there, and that was it.
It's because you have to open up the Wii menu.
I did.
No, the
Wii,
no,
I did.
The backwards compatibility menu.
I went to the Wii menu and I looked at what was there.
No, you didn't. You went to the Wii U menu. You have to open up the Wii.
No. I went to the Wii U menu and then I went to the Wii menu from the Wii U menu, and it was not there anymore.
I find that extremely unlikely.
We can look next time you're up here if you want.
Well, that doesn't matter because you'll have gone by then. I'm telling you, it's in the Wii menu, not the Wii U menu.
I know, and I'm telling you I went to the Wii menu. But I'm also telling you I don't have 4 controllers, so it didn't make any difference.
Yeah, that part's true.
Yep, so it's fine. I'm using the Nintendo 64 the way it was supposed to be played. Fuck it.
Okay. But you also have, like, shitty bullshit fake controllers, right?
No. Nope. The only fake controller I have, I put in a box and hid it away, and I'll never touch it again.
Or you'll give it to, like, the one friend you hate. Like
yes, I'll give it to Emery if we ever play Mario Kart 64 because it is terrible. I actually tested.
Good idea.
I have 6 controllers and I tested all of them to see if they were still working, and that honestly they all still worked, and only that shitty recreation of a controller was impossible to use and awful. It is amazing. It looks cool, but it is fucking horrible. It's really sucked. So. We're also going to play some Super Nintendo games. I got Rampart lined up, Lemmings, probably some Tecmo Bowl. Man, a lot of good shit. It's gonna be so fun. Holy fuck. I can't wait.
When are you officially off duty?
Aerobiz. Saturday. I'll be leaving officially on Saturday. Tomorrow, if Emery is able to still speak, and I'm okay, we're going to record something. Tomorrow, I think what we should do, Emery, is like record like Homeless or Division tomorrow, not both, and then on Friday record one of them.
I'd say Division's more important.
Oh, you're gonna be here?
Yeah, I am gonna be here on Friday. I'm not leaving till Saturday, but I have a lot of shit I got to do on Friday, so like we gotta be real good about it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, between the two, Division's way more important, so do that.
Yeah, to you it's very more important.
It's
I mean,
important for the
I
channel.
like being homeless.
Well, the embargo date's not for a while on the
It's
Yeah,
next
but
week.
we're not
so
allowed to
it'll-
talk about the exact.
Yeah, we can't talk about any details. All I'm saying is record that one first.
We don't know when the embargo date is. We don't even know what the Division 2 is. What's happening?
embargo. What does that mean?
Okay.
Is that what Emery does when he talks to a toilet? Did anybody ever have any questions or nothing?
Mostly it was about if Emery knows about airfare or how it works, that you can get on planes, stuff like that. Was pretty much the only questions. Mostly people are just listening.
That's cool. Oh man, that guy fucking hurt me.
Did Aaron have fun on his little staycation while Emery and Adam were gone? He didn't. He kept working. He had to stay here and work, much like Emery and I will have to do more while he's gone.
Yeah. The Fallout video that you saw, I edited. I was actually, a lot of what I was doing, not a lot, but some of what I was doing was actually playing 7 Days to Die, playing it through as much as possible to try to like figure out what the fuck we were going to do for this season. And I played it a lot and got a real good sense of like what would be a good idea. And so what we did was we started at level 14. Well, you'll see. It's going to come out on Sunday. In fact, I still have to edit that. So I have to do that in addition to all the shit we're going to record. And also have a live show tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then it's vacation!
Woo!
Yeah!
Vacation, yeah!
Vacation, yeah!
Vacation smash!
I like that. I wish Soggy was coming on vacation with me. We need to make the Soggy mod. Soggy mod. We need to make that Soggy mod.
Straight Telpa says, Aaron, do you want a Demi Crows?
What's a Demi-Crows?
I don't know. I'm just Democros.
Sounds like a food.
Demicrose.
I don't... Is that in this game? Or what is that? Because I don't...
I'm unfamiliar with it.
I don't know what that is.
Nintendo Launchbox. No, Aaron doesn't hate the homeless game. That's Emery.
I hate the
Oh, yeah,
homeless
no.
game.
He tries to avoid it
it's-
at all costs, and I'm just like, Emery, let's record a homeless game. It's great. Guess
So
what?
you heard him
we've
light
done-
up yesterday when he thought, or just a minute ago, you heard him light up when he's like, I think we can only record one tomorrow. Oh, really?
He's like,
Because he knows
maybe
Division
not
will
the homeless
win.
game. I will tell you though, like that the homeless game has been updated twice. Okay. Now, when you hear that, Emery, what do you think? Like, what do you? What
They
do you get
must
worried
have
about?
they must have fixed the fucking exploit.
And I went and tested that today, and guess what I found?
It still exists.
It sure does. I sold a fuck ton of lottery tickets, and I was all set. Now they've added missions and like a story to the game.
That's exciting.
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's gonna be neat because like you can like run the story, and winter is getting closer, and that game is so fucking strange and fun, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna do the 17 damage, and he's gonna kill me pretty soon. I can't get past this weird shark demon thingy. Ouch. Oh, ouch. 49 damage. That's not gonna be enough.
Ouch.
Oh, but he's not doing any damage this turn. I could exhaust all my cards. Deal 14 damage. What's Emery? What is 6 times 14?
84.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna do that. 14. Is there anything that does more? Nope, there isn't. Okay, I'm gonna exhaust all the goddamn cards in my hand and try to kill this fucker. Oh, yeah.
A mixed game of Homeless and Emery Daddy would be wild. That's probably what happens to him in that story. Like, if you think about it, I mean, he doesn't have a job. He was asleep for a year.
Well,
his daughter's been, like, drug dealing to keep the house, you know.
What's interesting about the story that they start to build in the game is that it may have more to do with, like, a really crazy GSP stream, like tonight, and then Emery ends up homeless. So, like, we can really tie it into that, I think, really well. It's going to be awesome. You'll see.
You know, I rewatched that show, like, a bunch of times, and I feel like if we were ever in a situation where we could pitch an animated show to someone real, I'll just put it that way, then I think the basic narrative of Emery Daddy would be, like, one of the best animated shows on
Oh, God, you're right. It really would be.
Just the idea of this, like, horrible shit father who, like, you just play it for exactly what it is. You don't do a game, you just completely animate it. A father who's, like, more obsessed with meat mountains and all that kind of shit would just be fucking incredible.
Dude, that's a really good idea. I wish we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should do it.
I'll get right on it.
That's not gonna do it. That's the deal damage 4 times. Deal 2 damage. No, that's not gonna do it. Deal. Nope. Okay. Oops. Used that.
Damn, dude, you sick as hell.
I'm mostly better. I just want to be more presentable by the event in New York.
But you're sick as hell.
Yeah. Well, I'm flying to New York tomorrow, and then the event's on Friday, so I want to be okay by then.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. You sick as hell.
You're sick as hell.
I was worse. I was worse yesterday. Yesterday was probably the worst.
You're a sicko.
Thank you.
You sicker than hell.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna live.
Oh
my God, I did. Holy shit. What a great guy I am now. I'm gonna beat this fucker, you guys. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I really can't.
Aaron, I want to tell you about a Magic the Gathering card that was spoiled recently. You ready?
Oh, I'm so ready. Be careful, because Adam might die.
Just picture
No,
this.
I was going to go to bed after this. This will really help.
Just picture this, Aaron. Okay, you ready? All right. So it's an enchantment, first of all. Okay. It's black and red. It costs 7 mana. 5 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. Okay?
Okay.
It says, when it enters the battlefield, it enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. All right?
Oh, God, okay.
Weird,
it's
right?
An enchantment, okay, right? Yeah.
An enchantment that enters under the control of an opponent of your choice.
Okay.
And it says, at the beginning of your upkeep, meaning the person who controls it, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose one of the following that hasn't been chosen. Either your life total becomes 4, or discard your hand, or each opponent creates 5 2/2 black zombie creature tokens.
Oh my God, what the fuck? What is that card called?
It's called Captive Audience. It's called Adam typing up a fucking goddamn
I'm responding to people in the chat because you're talking about boring shit and I'm answering their questions.
Okay, what is it called again? Because Adam typing the chat is not a good name for it, honestly.
Yeah, it's called Captive.
No, that's a great like magic attack or whatever bullshit nerd phrase you want to use.
What is it called?
Captive Audience.
Captive Audience. I like that. That's cool.
I know, it's fucking crazy. It's pretty fun. Anyways. Yeah, that was spoiled only 5 hours ago.
That's cool.
It's from the newest set, Ravnica Allegiance, which hasn't been released yet.
Oh man, I'm at the boss. Yeah, I mostly play like the Magic puzzle game, and like I've been doing really good at it lately, and like dominating and being really powerful and stuff. It's really fun.
That uses completely different rules than normal Magic, right?
Well, yeah, because the mana collection's a little different, but it's not, it's not completely different. It's still like sort of similar.
Sort of similar.
Sort of
not
similar.
the same. That's just... Okay.
I can't believe I made it to the boss. This is really cool, you guys. I didn't think I was gonna make it here, but I got all my health back. But now I'm cursed. It's kind of crazy.
Liz asks, hey, Adam, I'm thinking about traveling internationally next year. Where would you recommend I go? Not Guam or Japan. I did those years ago. Also, I'd like Emery and Aaron's feedback. I asked her a follow-up, which was like, what kind of things do you like? She said outdoorsy things, food, and not touristy. I don't know your comfort level in another country, so I might say something like Australia, because you won't have a language barrier, but at the same time you have the combination of modern comforts, but you can go not too far before you hit kind of the outback and all the more very, very much outdoorsy type of extreme stuff, and that's probably a good bet for you, I would think. What do you guys think?
I don't do enough traveling to have any opinion, unfortunately. Australia sounds like a good idea, though. As somebody who has no idea what they're talking about.
I think Australia would be interesting. I've heard enough about it that I think it would be fun, but I've heard more about New Zealand and about how fucking incredible New Zealand is. So if you're gonna go to Australia, also make time for New Zealand and stop there and check that out, because I mean, you can visit the Hobbit houses and shit, and they have like tours for that.
Oh shit, Hobbit houses.
I don't know if you ever saw the movie.
Sold me.
The piano. Yeah, they actually have those houses are all still there, and like you can go and like there's all kinds of stuff. There's also the piano was shot in New Zealand, and that's when I first like New Zealand for me like got on my like I'm hot for New Zealand like thing, because I was just like, holy shit, it's beautiful. And Harvey Keitel's dick is huge.
Liz, it's also a great way to escape the cold, because obviously when it's winter here, it's summer there. So you could go and avoid January and enjoy the summer down there.
If you don't care about the weather or whatever, and you just want to go see something really beautiful and amazing and green, go to like Scotland or Ireland. I haven't been to Ireland, but Scotland, fucking amazing. There's no power lines anywhere. You can just drive around and it's beautiful. It's so great. That's like one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite place in the world.
Ireland is very, very green. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very green. It's just really beautiful.
Although I didn't really leave Dublin much, but outside of it, it's basically just greenery. Miss Uke would like to know if Emery is going to drive to Australia.
I should. You're right.
A last-minute planned trip. He only had a month preparation, so it's time to drive to Australia.
Probably save a lot of money doing it. I know.
Yeah, you could kayak. You could live life to the fullest all the way out there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's all you'd be doing is living life to its fullest when you're kayaking out there.
Damn right.
Liz already did Scotland, Ireland, and England. I don't know if she did Australia or not. She didn't.
Liz, you're gonna like New Zealand then. I just think you should go there. I haven't been there,
but I know. She says it's in her top 5.
Okay. Wait, I want to know what your other top 4 are. Tell us what the top 4 are. You can't just say you've got a top 5 and then not tell us. That's mean.
She said she backpacked through Ireland for a month when she was like 20.
That's cool. That's the way to do it. Did you get robbed? Because usually when you go to Ireland, you get like robbed. You know, actually, I think.
Did you just make like a really, really awful racist statement?
No, I'm fucking serious. Like, Steven actually told me that when Kat went over there and there was a dude who was gonna like take stuff from her, but he like looked at the dude and like stared him down and like he went away. So he probably did the same thing for you when you went there, Adam. He probably saved you from getting like, you know,
seems legit
shit stolen, because you know you look pretty naive and stupid. So.
Mm-hmm. She says she has not been to Australia, so that would be my recommendation. I think it would be a good mixture of all your wants. I don't know if you eat meat, but there are some meats you can have that aren't normal outside of Australia. Obvious thing like kangaroo. You can have crocodile more commonly. Emus, like the bird. A lot of stuff like that. When I was a kid, when I went there, you could eat wallaby. Apparently, you can't do that anymore. You can't eat a koala, but that would be fun.
What? Did you just say it would be fun to eat a koala?
I'm trying to get a reaction, yes.
Okay, well, that worked. You did that. Good job.
Yeah. Kangaroo meat's really good, though. You can get that stuff in a like any supermarket, though.
Kangaroo, mate.
Yeah. Kangaroo meat, mate.
Mate.
Yeah, that would probably be my first choice. But then again, you also seem like really well traveled, so you probably are more game to do something more exotic, which would be some like, I mean, like I said, I just did Yap in the South Pacific. You know what I mean? You could probably do something like that. You know, that one's still pretty easy. Maybe the next level up would be
Yap, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the next level up would be something like Palau, where they don't speak English or whatever. Again, I don't know what else to suggest for you because you seem to be pretty set. I mean, you've done things I've never done.
Did she give us her top 5?
She has not.
Top 5 at 5.
Oh wait, yes, she did. Thailand, South Africa, Ecuador, and Malaysia, and then I guess New Zealand is the 5th. Well, if you already know those 5, why don't you go to one of those?
Do it. Do it.
Demi says that was the worst accent ever, Emery.
Emery's good at that.
No, this is the worst accent ever. Take me to your leader.
You bastard. Oh, I'm gonna beat this guy. I can't believe it, but I'm gonna fucking beat this guy. I got this guy. I got him right where I need him. I'm gonna need to dodge, though, or something. Okay, can I kill him? 75 points of damage, and he's gonna do 32 to me? That's rough, Emery.
Ew, that's rough. Super
rough. Why are you letting
rough.
him do that to me, Emery?
I don't know. I'm not trying.
Stop him. There's a specific card I could get here that would really help. Nope, I didn't get it. Oh, but I could still. 21 damage, or draw 2 more cards and hope for a... Well, hope for what, though? I think I'm going to be fine. I think I'm just going to do the 21 damage and make him weak. That will help me a lot.
I got a little story for you.
Oh, good.
Just a little one. It's just more like cool than anything. So my mom, this is more like a cool thing I could do for my mom-ish. So we're in Japan, and I wanted her to get something, just to, you know, get something nice to remember Japan, even though she's like, this really wasn't a trip to Japan, even though you really had 2 days there. But she couldn't really find anything like kitschy. She's just like, I like the human interaction and experience, that kind of thing, and see what comes of that. And I'm like, good luck in Japan, because Japanese people don't really want to talk to Westerners too much. And as we're literally going to go through security, we get stopped by this like guy and this much younger girl. And the guy just stops and asks us, he's like, do you speak English? And we're like, yeah. He's like, oh, do you mind if this is my niece and she is 17 and she would very much like to try practicing English with you. Is that okay? And we're like, yeah, of course. So she asked us a bunch of just questions. And they were just, I mean, I've never had that happen. I've always been told like that was a thing that could happen, but that never happened to me until that moment. And at the very end of it, they thanked us and everything. And then they gave us 2 origami birds she had made. And so my mom was like, fuck yeah, mic drop. That's what I wanted. I was like, all right. Oh, and the line I know from this whole trip, Aaron, that you will appreciate the absolute most to get a sense of who my mom is. On the flight over, we were eating, you know, you get all the food on the plane, whatever. And then they come around with like this little ice cream thing, right? Just to give everybody like a little thing of ice cream. And I was going to pass on it. And I was like, I don't need the calories. I don't want it. My mom turns to me and she says, eat the ice cream. Don't be a fucking pussy. And I was like, all right, then. That's my mom.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Dude, I just got fucking tricked by this game big time.
You got tricked.
I'll post a picture of the origami thing in the Discord.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. That's really like... Did you actually teach her English then? And like she's really good at it
She
now?
seemed to be doing like okay. I mean, she just asked us a couple questions in English and then wrote down our answers. It was things like, how many days have you been in Japan? How many cities in Japan have you been to? And then like name them, you know, stuff like that. It was very Japanese centric, and it was just kind of like she's just trying to have a conversation with you so that she can learn what Westerners speak like.
That's smart.
Yeah. Which we would never do because, you know, we don't do that over here.
No, we don't learn how other people speak. That's wrong.
That's fucked up, yeah.
It's really fucked up, yeah. Don't draw skill. Don't stop drawing skills. You fucking shit.
I posted the picture in Discord.
Great. Okay, I think I can deal my 21 damage now. There we go. Well, I might survive one more turn, but I'm not gonna beat this guy because this was a trick. I killed him, and then they're like, "Nah, he's still alive. He's got 300 more hit points. You suck." Now I'm dead. There's no way I'm getting fucking out of this. Oops! I just ended my turn. I had a thing left. Fuck. Oh well. I was never gonna get out of it anyway. Fuck it. 7 health. Big problem.
Liz says, I don't think a single Japanese person spoke English to me. See, that's an interesting thing. That's usually how it is. I've learned enough Japanese to be able to kind of interact with people a little bit. I have this friend who lives in South Korea, and I'll see him a lot of the time in Japan. And this dude is an American living over there. And this dude has the kind of confidence I wish I had when I go to other countries, because he speaks English and nothing but English. And he will openly go around and just speak English to everybody. Not like, hey, do you speak English? He just goes up there and he's like, motherfucker, I know you speak English. I've never seen him not do that. Like, he'll go into any place and be like, yeah, I'm looking for this game on this system. And they'll kind of stare at him like they don't understand. And if they don't respond, he'll be like, I know you speak English. And then they'll just be like, yeah, it's down there. Like, I've never seen him lose in that kind of exchange ever.
That's the best.
He has like unbelievable confidence with that shit. And it's weird. It's not like an asshole thing. It's like he has a confidence, so they go, okay, he's all right. I respect him. That took balls.
Oh shit. But if you did that to an American and be like, come on, I know you speak French, the American would just be like, huh?
The fuck are you talking about?
There's no way. Like,
all right, guys.
What?
I think I'm gonna go to bed. This is fucking.
Oh my god, Emery's going to bed.
I'm done.
He's dead.
I'm too drunk. I need to sleep.
Yeah, we gotta work tomorrow, Emery. Get the fuck to sleep.
I have a lot of work to do tomorrow. Honestly.
Go the fuck to sleep. Okay, well, can I just defeat this beast and then we can quit?
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, man.
Yeah, whatever, man, right? I think he's gonna kill me, though. See, that's the problem. I don't think I can beat him. Well, maybe. It's really close. I wish you could understand how close it is right now.
I can't.
It's not really close, though. I'm just kidding. It's not close at all. All right, one more question, and we're going to end for the night. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this after party.
Agreed.
You know?
Yeah, I know enough Japanese, like Liz is saying, like, not to offend people. Kind of the same thing. Like, I know enough to get through a conversation in, like, a buying stuff type of situation. I picked up a couple little words to be polite, like, you know, if I'm in line with somebody and we don't know who's next to go up, I'll say in Japanese, like, you go ahead, you know. Little things like that. But no real conversational skills. But if you're ever, like, a Westerner who wants to go to Japan and you want some pro tips, hit me up, I'll tell you.
Do you know how to eat sushi?
I do.
How much soy sauce should I use?
As much as you want, big boy.
I heard that if you use too much, it's disrespectful.
That is not a thing.
No.
I had sushi at the United Club Lounge in Tokyo. It was great.
Was it disrespectful how much soy sauce you had?
No, not at all. It was disrespectful when I took a shit on the floor, but not disrespectful when I ate sushi.
Maybe you didn't use enough soy sauce.
Yeah, that was probably it.
Maybe you used too little. Yeah.
I don't know. I never know when you have to shit on the floor. It's hard to tell. I mean, you're the one who actually did that in real life. Did you eat too much soy sauce that day? Is that what did it?
I had too much of Adam's sass.
Adam sass.
Soy
Adam
sass.
Hey,
Yeah,
oh!
soy sass.
Adam's sass. Soy sass.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that watching Coco. Look what it's done to him.
Yeah, it fucks you up, man.
Fucking
All that
Disney
Coco
movies.
and
Literally, the only question that has come in since we asked that is Grace's question. So I guess we're going to go with it, even though I don't really know what we're supposed to say to this, which is, what's wrong with your dog?
What is wrong with your dog?
What is wrong
Gonorrhea.
with your dog?
Gonorrhea. Gonorrhea.
All of our dogs that don't exist have gonorrhea.
That's weird that none of us have dogs, isn't it?
I think that all our dogs got that from each other, and then they all died from it.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Thanks for
get
bringing
a
that up,
dog.
Grace. That was painful.
You guys, I'm gonna get a dog sometime. Okay.
For real?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a dog in the future.
Is it going to be like a pit bull? Or like
No, I don't want a
dachshund?
pit bull. The only time I ever hear about folks getting bit by a dog is the pit bulls.
Oh, no.
My friends. But I know they're nice dogs, but sometimes they get mishandled and then they get all bitey.
You a pit bull hater.
I don't hate them. I just don't want to get bit. All my friends are like, yeah, he bit that one that bit me was a pit bull. That's what they say. And I'm like, what am I supposed to think? Like, pit bulls are cool. I don't know. Like, I know that most of them are cool, but you got some bad hombres.
Bad hombres.
Yeah. I want some
Trump school
dachshunds.
of
Trump school of dogs.
The
We
Trump
need a
school-
big,
dog
beautiful
school.
dog, not one of them bad hombre dogs.
But Courtney and I want to get a puppy or doggy, some sort, or maybe two.
Are you gonna
Maybe
feed it booze?
dachshunds. Yes.
You know you can't do
yes.
that, right?
No, I'm going to. This
He'll
dog, if it
find a
wants
way.
to live with me, it will drink booze.
Yeah, it'll have a little water dish that's just fucking vodka.
And it's going to stream with me. And then whenever someone buys the little doggy a shot, I'll give him a shot. But it doesn't
What are you
have
gonna-
to be booze. It could be
Please
like
tell me
doggy
his
juice.
name's gonna be something like Lil Yonda.
No,
That'd be cool.
Not quite. I don't know. We were thinking for a while about naming a dachshund Cthulhu, because that would be funny. But I
You
don't
gonna
know if
name
we're
him
gonna
Dog
do
the Bounty Hunter?
that. Never. Why the
Oh.
fuck would we do that?
I don't know. You should name him after Adam's favorite person.
Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No.
Stitch?
No. Adam, who's
That
your
actually
favorite
would be a good
person?
name for the dog.
Come on, he's on fucking beer board games occasionally.
Oh yeah, the Paul Guzzi dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Paul Guzzi. It's actually a good name for a dog. I'd consider that.
His full
like
name is
that.
just Paul Guzzi.
Yeah. I like that. I really
Oh,
do.
we put a hyphen in it, so it's
That's
all
a
one
really
word.
good
It's all right.
idea. Oh my god, I think that's brilliant. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right,
You're
if
welcome.
I don't get down to 250 pounds by the end of this year, I'm going to name my dog Paul Guzzi. Deal?
Yeah.
The old GSP tradition.
What
We
are you
gotta
gonna
have
do?
another thing that one of us gets depressed and makes an impossible bet.
Well, that's
That's
not
the one.
impossible for you. So you have to make something impossible, I guess.
I have to get up to 250 pounds, or I have to name a dog Paul Guzzi.
You have to weigh exactly 250 pounds, no more, no less. Otherwise, the dog has to be named Paul Guzzi.
Not only do you have to name the dog Paul Guzzi, you have to feed the dog Paul Guzzi.
Oh, that's gonna have to be a wolfhound then.
Any dog will eat a human. You just gotta chop them up enough.
Yeah, you just gotta prepare them properly.
Exactly.
By the way, if in a year or so you see that Paul Guzzi's been murdered, this is going to be great evidence for forensic files.
And eaten by a dog, then you know what happened.
Yonda might have been responsible.
He was eaten by a dog with his name.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Guzzi.
That's what we all aspire to.
Ate Paul Guzzi. If I'm gonna go, that's how I want to go. I want to be eaten by a dog with my name. Well, on that note,
you know, you can name it as Yon Dog, because then it's a dog kind of with your name. Yeah.
Please join me and Matt Sloan tomorrow night and Courtney on the keys for the beer. Well, instead of beer and board games, it's going to be me and Matt. We're going to be hanging out. Matt's
drinking beer.
Yeah, we're going to have beer and then play some new games that we're probably going to play this year. And Matt will have funny things to say, and I'll be very tired.
Will Matt be angry?
Great. Maybe. Probably not, but you never know. I don't think he will. I bet Matt's not going to be at all angry. He's going to be really fun and nice. That's my prediction. What a night. Holy shit. It's 12:30.
I know, it's super late.
What the fuck? All right,
I gotta fly out tomorrow, man.
We'll see you guys later. I'm gonna see you after my vacation.
Have a good one.
Nice knowing you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.